First grants, what you need for your first grant and how to get your first grant. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Rinde from AskRinde, and welcome to the #1 community for real estate income, grants, and credit. So if you'd like to know more about how to get your first grant and what you need to get your first grant, make sure you watch the video to the end and leave a comment below if you need help with anything. Grants are free money that you do not have to pay back. Applying for grants can be a frustrating and disappointing process, especially leading up to getting your first grant, where you actually have yet to experience a grant win and the value of a grant. So the normal path and process and advice that we've all taken in starting to apply for grants is to number 1, find a grant. Number 2, meet the requirements. And number 3, apply for the grant. And we've all done that and tried repeatedly and failed miserably. And it leaves you wondering, what are you doing wrong? So here are 3 keys to getting your first grant and mistakes to avoid. Number 1, positioning. So when you're looking to actually apply for and get your first grant, it's very important to be in the right position. And oftentimes I see that many are not in the right position, and that's why we actually fail to get grants. We keep applying for grants consistently, but we're actually not getting them because we're actually in the wrong position. And you can have your EIN or your UEI, formerly your DUNS number. You can actually have your business bank account. You can also have your business registered with the state and all set up. In addition, you could actually have paid a grant writer to help you with your grant submission. You can apply early for grants. You can actually meet the requirements of the grant source and still not be in position, because positioning actually entails the strategy for your business as well as your location and other factors. So it's very important to understand this, that when you're actually going for grants consistently, the way we teach it and in our grants masterclass, you actually want to be in the right position, because position means everything. You can actually have all those other factors put together and think, what's wrong with me? I actually have my business set up. I actually have everything set up. Why am I not getting these grants? Why am I not getting accepted? There are a combination of things that you need to do on the positioning side to make sure that you actually have a higher chance of receiving grants consistently. Number 2, presentation. How to properly present your business. So, what is your mission, your vision, your core values, and how are you presenting it? Do we know how to properly present our business in written format? What is our public profile? What does our social media look like? And also, what is our visual presentation? So when we're going for grants, are we going for pitch grants, match grants, or contest grants? Are we actually presenting our company in person, or are we actually submitting it via an online application or a paper application? It's very important to study our presentation and to fine-tune our presentation, because it actually makes a difference, because what we're presenting to the grant body and what we're presenting to the grant sources is either giving us an approval or a denial, or just sticking us in with a pile where we don't stand out. So oftentimes it doesn't mean that your business is not doing well or your business is not actually properly packaged. It just means that you don't stand out. And depending on the grant source, they may actually be looking for businesses that actually stand out. So your presentation actually has to be exceptional, and your presentation has to stand out. So there's got to be strategy in how you present your company in written format. There's got to be strategy in your public profile. What is your strategy in presentation in your public profile? So when they check your social media, is there a good strategy there for presentation to give them the best impression of your business and you? Also, what is your strategy for your visual presentation, which is very important. In some cases, you're not going to have the ability to present in person. So you actually need to have a very tight and strategic visual presentation to be able to extend your company to the grant source, to get them in the position to give you the grant or have the higher chance of standing out via your presentation. Number 3, and the third key to getting your first grant is being pre-reviewed. So this is actually where you get feedback on your grant application. This is where you actually get feedback and an overview of your grant strategy, your strategy for your business in getting grants. It's very important because different applications have different requirements, and you actually do this over and over again, and you're just basically filling out paperwork and sending it out hoping to be able to get the grant without having a strategy behind it can leave you in a place where you're going to get denial after denial, and then you say grants don't work, it doesn't work, and it does. So getting pre-reviewed and getting feedback on your grant application and also an overview of your strategy can go a long way in positioning you to be able to get grants consistently as an income stream coming into your business. One of the key things that you could do in getting actually pre-reviewed is actually reaching out to grant sources that you may have been denied for the grant for and asking them for feedback on your application. This can go a long way because if you actually get proper and constructive feedback, you can actually take that and actually include and arm yourself with that for the next application so you can be better the next time. This actually happens oftentimes with pitch contests when you're actually face to face and you're trying to actually get a grant and you're actually pitching directly to a panel. That can be something that can actually be in person where you actually have to see their faces and see reactions so you can talk to them afterwards to see why you didn't win. But when you're doing grant submissions and you're doing them online and they're not in person, you can actually get feedback from the grant source by actually reaching out to whoever their contact person was. Oftentimes grant sources have a grant contact. You can actually reach out to them and see if they can give you feedback on your application so you can actually be armed and be better for the next time. Either they have a subsequent round or you can actually take that knowledge and move it on to another grant. So we'd actually like to share more with you of how to actually position yourself to be able to get your first grant. This is very crucial. This actually opened up an entire world for me in 2007, actually when I received my first grant. Up until that time I heard about it, but I actually thought it was something for nonprofits. I thought it was something for like a handout, when you were going through something and there was maybe some sort of a FEMA issue or something like that. But I didn't realize that grants were really a way of life. For a lot of wealthy people, grants were a way of life for not a lot of business people, and it opened me up to a world that actually have really changed my life since 2007. So I'd actually like to share more with you. We actually have created our grants masterclass to be able to show you how to actually position yourself to be able to get your first grant. So you can actually avoid some of the mistakes that are out there and really just avoid the failure and avoid the frustration. This actually can help you to be able to get on the right track of not only getting sales for your business, but also getting grants consistently as an income stream coming into your business. So it's a game changer. It's actually the top masterclass for grants, and we actually have a lot of value packed in there where we actually show you and we actually talk to you about positioning. We talk to you about how to actually position yourself for your presentation, to present your company in the best light so that you have the highest chance of people to not only increase your sales but also get grants consistently for your business. We also actually will be reviewing, in some cases, some grant applications. So we actually like to invite you to join us for our grants masterclass. You can actually do that by going directly to my website at AskRinde.com, clicking on grants and getting started today. So I actually look forward to hearing your good reports of your first grant. Grants are actually coming into your business. Grants that's coming to you as a result of us sharing all the knowledge and all the value that we're sharing here with you about grants because we do care. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. You can also email me. My email address is AskRindeNetwork@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Until next time, thank you so much.